Two packages of turkey breast at the deli counter. One says cured, the other says no nitrates or nitrites added. You grab the second one. $2 more, but it feels right. Then you notice both slices are the same color, pink. But when you roast turkey at home, the meat comes out gray. Same bird, same cut. So why is every slice of deli meat pink, including the one that claims no nitrates were added? Both contain the same curing compound. The no nitrates version uses celery powder, an ingredient engineered to deliver nitrite into meat. Consumer Reports tested 31 products. Nitrite levels were essentially identical across both labels. So how does celery become the same chemical it claims to replace? What does that pink color mean for your body? And what can you check on your own package tonight without a laboratory? In 2015, the World Health Organization classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, same category as tobacco. The link is colorectal cancer, and it applies equally to cured and uncured products. When nitrite meets protein under heat, the reaction forms nitrosamines, compounds classified as probable carcinogens. That reaction is identical whether the nitrite came from a lab or from fermented celery juice. But here's what makes it worse. USDA caps sodium nitrite at 200 parts per million for ham, 156 for sausage, 120 for bacon. Celery powder has no cap. USDA doesn't classify it as a curing agent. The natural version can legally contain more nitrite than the conventional one. The process starts with raw muscle arriving at the plant between 0 and 4 degrees. What happens next is identical for cured and uncured products. First, brine injection. A multi-needle injector, 50 to 236 hollow needles in a grid, descends into the meat. Each needle pumps curing solution deep into the muscle. The brine contains water, salt, sugar, phosphates, and a curing agent. Conventional products use sodium nitrite. Uncured products use celery powder, made by juicing celery, fermenting it with bacteria that convert nitrate into nitrite, and drying the result into a concentrated powder. Different origin, same molecule. The sound on the floor is a hydraulic hiss, then the wet thud of needles hitting muscle at once. Injection cuts curing time from days to under 48 hours. Next, vacuum tumbling. The meat goes into a steel drum that rotates under negative pressure for hours. Vacuum pulls air from the fibers. Tumbling massages surface proteins, mainly myosin, into a sticky gel. That gel is what holds slices together and locks moisture in after cooking. Without it, deli meat falls apart the moment you peel a slice. The rhythm is a slow, heavy thump of meat turning inside steel. The tumbled meat gets pressed into molds or stuffed into casings, then loaded into smoke chambers. Heat rises gradually, low smoke first, then steam, until internal temperature reaches 71 degrees Celsius. Everything up to this point has been identical, conventional, and uncured. Same needles, same tumbler, same mold. The only difference is whether the nitrite arrived from a lab bottle or a fermented celery extract. From here forward, the chemistry does not care about the source. This is where the color locks in. Nitrite breaks down into nitric oxide inside the mildly acidic muscle. Nitric oxide binds to myoglobin, the protein responsible for raw meat's red color, forming nitrosomyoglobin. As heat continues, the globin falls away, leaving an iron nitric oxide complex called nitrosyl hemochromogen. That compound is permanently pink. It survives reheating, slicing, weeks in a refrigerator. It's why ham looks different from a pork roast. Without nitrite, cooked meat turns gray, every time. After cooking, the logs are blast chilled. High-speed blades slice them into rounds. The slices go into packages flushed with nitrogen and carbon dioxide to slow oxidation and extend shelf life. What lands in your refrigerator has been injected, tumbled, cooked, chilled, and gas-packed, whether the label says natural or not. But this process didn't start with celery powder, it started with a poison. Humans have salt-cured meat for thousands of years, but butchers in certain regions noticed something odd. Meat preserved with salt from particular mines stayed pink instead of turning gray. They had no explanation. The salt contained an impurity, potassium nitrate, also called saltpeter. For centuries, the pink was a lucky accident. Then came the threat that made nitrite essential, Clostridium botulinum, The bacterium behind botulism thrives in oxygen-free environments inside processed meat. In the early 20th century, outbreaks killed dozens annually. Around 1925, USDA authorized sodium nitrite not just for color, but for safety. Nitrite stops the spores. Without it, the modern Deli case could not exist. That brine injection you watched, it was built around a molecule that keeps a lethal toxin from growing inside your sandwich. For decades, nobody questioned the chemistry. Then, the clean label movement hit. Consumers started rejecting anything that sounded chemical on the ingredient list. Sodium nitrite sounded chemical. The industry needed a workaround. Celery powder was the answer. Ferment the juice, convert plant nitrate into nitrite, dry it into powder, add it to the brine. Because USDA does not classify celery powder as a curing agent, the product can legally say uncured and no nitrates or nitrites added. In 2019, the Center for Science in the Public Interest and Consumer Reports filed a joint petition asking USDA to stop requiring these misleading terms. USDA acknowledged the petition. 7 years later, no rule has changed. But here's where the story flips. You assumed companies chose to print uncured on the label. They didn't. USDA requires it. If a product uses celery powder instead of sodium nitrite, federal regulation mandates the labels say uncured and no nitrates or nitrites added. The same agency that caps nitrite for conventional products forces misleading language on the alternative. That asterisk in the fine print, except for those naturally occurring in celery powder, also USDA mandated. The regulation built to inform consumers is the reason they can't tell the difference. So what can you actually check the next time you're at that counter? 3 tests you can run tonight. First, the asterisk test. Flip the package. Find the fine print near the ingredient list. If it says, except for those naturally occurring in celery powder, the product uses the same curing compound as the cured version beside it. You're paying extra for a different label, not a different product. Second, the ingredient scan. Look for celery powder, celery juice, or celery extract. If any appears, nitrite is present. The front of the package is marketing. The ingredient list is the truth. Third, sodium. Compare sodium per serving between cured and uncured of the same brand. They're almost always within a few milligrams because both went through the same brine injection. The premium runs about $2 a package for the same chemistry and the same WHO classification. If health is the concern, eat less processed meat overall. Switching labels changes nothing. The chemistry doesn't read the package. 2 packages at the deli counter. Same needles, same tumbler, same pink. Now you know what to flip over and check before you choose. That's the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there's something you'd like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.